And the most crucial point in the witness box, which as a lawyer you must know, is to cross-examine the doctor who had conducted the treatment or autopsy. Because on the basis of his report only the judge decides the compensation. So in the autopsy or post-mortem report, if there is a slip by the doctor, who will suffer? The victim, unless he is protected by a good lawyer who will cross-examine that doctor and find out that how and why you reached to this autopsy report. So it's a very, very important job of a lawyer to understand medical sciences. If you do not understand the medical science or medical jurisprudence, you may not understand how to put a question to a doctor. It's a great area of medical sciences. Similarly, rape cases under IPC, the doctor decides, and on the basis of the doctor's report it is decided by the court whether the rape happened or did not happen. Because the accused always denies that no, I have not conducted the rape. And in every rape complaint, the policemen are trained to send the victim immediately to the hospital. Because medical report is vital in rape case. Either it is reported by the relative of the victim or the victim herself. The police immediately refers the victim for the medical examination. And the medical examination has happened thoroughly or not, or as per the parameters fixed by law or not. Who will examine that? A lawyer. So a medical jurisprudence is very, very vital, not only in the death claim cases of motor accident or other murder claims, but in the rape cases also. You must understand medical science. You must understand a female body's anatomy. You must understand a male body's anatomy. And you have to examine two very, very important vital persons in a rape case. The investigation officer of the police and the doctor who conducted the examination of the witness, whether the doctor has rightly examined. What did he examine to hold that the rape did happen or rape did not happen? So unless you do not understand the female anatomy and the male anatomy, it will be difficult as a lawyer to cross-examine the doctor. And I am not concerned here with the accused, because the topic today is not the accused of the rape. Here we are talking about the doctor, the medical part. That the doctor report is holding on the basis of medical examination that the rape did happen, or on the basis of doctor reports it said that no, the rape did not happen, it's a false allegation. Sometimes there are several such cases. If you examine rape cases in the Supreme Court and different high courts onto this topic, that the lady herself is under illusion whether the rape happened or did not happen. She herself cannot make out, because the rape did happen or not happen, incident happened. Sometimes she is intoxicated. She is given some drink or something to eat. So it may be possible that after that intoxication, she forgot what happened and there is an allegation of rape. So medical evidence is extremely vital to find out whether after this intoxication, was it simply molestation or it was a rape. Because law makes a distinction. How rape happens, how simply a molestation happens, how advantage has been taken. And as a lawyer, These are very, very vital information which you have to extract from the doctor. What did you examine? Did you call the accused and examine the accused also? Or you examined only the victim? If you have only examined the victim, what examinations have you conducted? So I am not going to the elaborated science, because otherwise it will become exclusively, it's a subject in itself which can consume more than an hour to elaborate. It's an area of expertise, so we are not onto it. But I am telling you that these sexual assaults is a medical jurisprudence area. So apart from motor accidents, rape is another area. Then one more very, very important area which you must aware, and on which there is a statute called Prenatal Techniques, Prohibition and Misuse Act of 1996. Prenatal examination is to find out the sex determination of the unborn child. That is called prenatal technique. Now, in the prenatal technique, the moment a lady becomes pregnant, she has to meet a doctor. And she is regularly examined by doctors. Now, these examinations happen in two methods. One is called sonography, or which is also called ultrasound. Now, ultrasound and sonography can determine that yes, there is a fetus and this is the size of the fetus. But ultrasound and sonography cannot determine the sex of the fetus. That is another technique called amniotic fluids to be examined. Now, these are important medical jurisprudence which you must know, whether amniotic fluids were tested, on the basis of which the doctor can determine what is the sex of the fetus. And it cannot be determined after 2 months of pregnancy. And therefore, there are terminology in the medical science, and in the medical jurisprudence. As a lawyer, you must be aware of these terminologies. In the 7 days of the pregnancy, the development is called embryo. It's not even called fetus, it's called embryo. From 7 days onward to 2 months, it's fetus. An important thing to understand is that sometimes, not due to sex determination only, but due to several medical reasons, several social reasons, you need abortion. Now, if one needs abortion, there is a law onto it. And the abortion cannot be on the ground of the sex of the fetus. That if she is a female child, abort it, no, sorry. If a doctor does so, it will fall under the malpractice. So no doctor of a good repute will do that. Because our country had a history of being enchanted by the male child. Everybody wanted a male, and that is why sex ratio had been falling in several states. But with these development of law, things are coming back to track. And there is a recent amendment into Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act of 1971 is amended in 2021. And it's a very interesting story that why 2021. So I'm not going to enter that interesting story. But the fact is that it is amended in 2021, and now initially the original act said 12 weeks of pregnancy can be aborted with the opinion of a single doctor. Up to 20 weeks of pregnancy can be aborted with the opinion taken after 2 doctors, now which has been increased now 20 and 24. So even after 6 months of pregnancy, a child can be aborted if 2 doctors opine that the child or the fetus is not developing, or there's some medical defect or some other reason or whatever. And beyond that, one has to go to the court. And these are not simple abortions. These abortions come under medical termination of pregnancy. So the act's name is MTP Act, Medical Termination of Pregnancy. But up to 12 weeks or before that, the abortion can happen for different reasons. So all this is medical science. Must be known as a practicing lawyer. Then there are, after abortion, there are certain things which are normally come across as a lawyer. There is an allegation against the doctor, if you are defending a doctor, that with the birth, the child is born dead. So there can be an allegation on the doctor that he did not deliver it properly. So one has to examine it. As a lawyer, you must know, because this is called stillbirth in law. The dead child born is called stillbirth. It's a terminology, legal terminology. So in a stillbirth cases, you have to examine the doctor that what transpired, till what moment the fetus was breathing or was the heart was working, beating. Then there are premature delivery cases. And if the child dies within 1 year of the birth, it is called infanticide. So these are the terminologies you must be aware of as a lawyer. Because you may come across infanticide case, or you may come across a stillbirth case. So there are a variety of such situations. Moving on. An important area which normally troubles the doctors who may land up in your office that there are another important area which you might have noticed already. Where if you are traveling by a local train, I don't know whether it is now prevalent or not. When we were students, in the local train there used to be posters of Bengali Baba. अभी हैं कि नहीं पता नहीं. And there used to be magical treatment for every kind of problem. If you meet this Bengali Baba, and I used to wonder why only Bengali Baba is, whether he is actually Marathi Baba or Tamil Baba, but he used to always call Bengali Baba in those posters. I don't know whether those posters still stick or not in the local trains. At that time they were there. On that there is a law called Drugs and Magical Remedies Act of 1954.